Let's solve the following question. F of x is the cosine of 2x plus sine of 2x. We want to find the smallest a positive such that f of x is less than or equal to a. This question requires calculus, but we can solve it without using any calculus because we know a lot of information about the cosine and the sine. So one way is that we can transform this sum into some unique formula of the sine or the cosine, and from there we can get all the information that we need, because we know that if, for instance, if we take the cosine, okay, we can get all we need by just graphing or knowing the values. Okay, so if we assume this is -1, this is 1, this is pi over 2, this is pi, and this is 3 pi over 2, and this is 2 pi, we can get all the information that we need from the graph. We don't need to do any complex computation. Another way of writing this one here is that we can rewrite this expression of the cosine 2x plus sine of 2x as if we multiply by the square root of 2 over 2, all the sides, we can write square root of 2 over 2 cosine of 2x plus square root of 2 over 2 sine of 2x. Okay, and we can factor out by that 2 over square root of 2 over 2. Okay, we can see that these two expressions are the same. Okay, now if we take 2 over square, or the square root of 2 over 2 as the cosine of pi over 4 cosine of 2x plus sine of pi over 4 sine of 2x. Okay, we can write this expression again using what we know from trig. Okay, so now we have this expression here is the same as this one. Okay, so therefore this is just 2 over square root of 2 the cosine of 2x minus pi over 4. Okay, so my question now is that this f of x is the same as this one here. So we want to find this a that's positive such that 2 over square root of 2 cosine of 2x minus pi over 4 is less than a, with a is positive. Okay, so we can find the values of the cosine of 2x minus pi over 4. So if we think of the 2x minus pi over 4 as some alpha, so we are looking for 2 over square root of 2 cosine of alpha less than some a that we need to determine. Okay, and we know from the graph that alpha is cosine is maximum when alpha is 0 or alpha is 2 pi. Okay, let's first focus on this one, because if we can find this a corresponding to this alpha, either 0 or pi over 2, we can find all the other angles. Okay, let's focus on this one here. So when we have alpha is 0, so we have the cosine is maximum, and in that case the cosine is just 1. Okay, so in this case we have our alpha is 0. So if alpha is 0, that means 2x minus pi over 4 is 0. And that means my x is pi over 8. Okay? So that means I found one. Okay? That gives me the maximum. And in this case, I can solve here. So I have my f of pi over 8 is going to be the cosine of pi over 4 plus the sine of pi over 4. And I know these values here. This is square root of 2 over 2 plus the square root of 2 over 2. And therefore, I have only the square root of 2. So the smallest value that I can get is that a can be the square root of 2. And this will work for me. Okay, in this case, a is just square root of 2. And therefore, cosine of 2x plus sine of 2x is less than the square root of 2. Okay, I'm satisfied with this value because the other values are going to be the same. And this is the smallest one, it's positive. And it's bigger than f of x. And therefore, my a that I'm looking for, I can take it as square root of 2. Okay? Can go back and check. Okay? I can go back and check and see that it does work for me. Okay? By graphing these functions, or this function, and graphing the square root of 2 over 2, I see that this is always bigger than my function. Okay? And the maximum is reached when x is pi over 8. Okay? The values will repeat because this function is 2 pi periodic. Okay? So the smallest a in my case is square root of 2 over 2. I could have solved this problem using calculus. Okay? In that case, I have to find the derivative and find the values of x that would give me the maximum. Okay? And it's the same thing as this one here because we know where the maximums happens. Okay? We know where they happen exactly. If I focus on one, the other will repeat. So here, my function is going to be less than the square root of 2. Okay? If I graph it. So the square root of 2 works, and it's the smallest value possible, such that f of x is less than or equal to this a. Thank you.